Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praise and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, yahawashi, Yahawah, which is the name of the Most High, and yahawashi, which is the name of the only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Now I want to say, Salakia, if I sound a little, weird, I am, I'm currently, out and about. It's pretty cold, so, if I sound weird, that's why. It's cold out here, man. So, I just wanted to, give a couple faults, so to speak, about, kingdom talk, man. Okay, I tried to do a video a few days ago, I accidentally hit the, stop button when I meant to, push the pause, so it, ended the video. So, I want to, pretty much, pick up where I, left off, on that video, which I believe I left off of, talking about, in the kingdom, man. The other nations are going to be in bondage to us, man. Okay, the other nations, which are what? The nations outside of, the nation of Israel. They're going to be, tributaries. Okay, they're going to have to, bring their, gold and, silver and, their dollars. Okay, they're going to have to bring that and give that as, tribute to, the Israelites. Okay, that's what is it, Isaiah 60th chapter, Revelation, I believe it's 21st or 22nd chapter. I believe it's 21st chapter. But that's what we gotta look for, man. Okay, that's what we're looking forward to, right? Is this, in this coming kingdom, we're looking to be, the head, and our enemy will be the tail, which right now, pertaining to, the curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. We're the we're the tail, and the enemies are the head. All right, it's very simple. All right, it's lucky. I just had to let that truck go by real quick. But man, in the kingdom, man, we're looking for that rulership, man. The scriptures say that him that overcomes, he shall gain power over the nations, right? So that's what we're looking for, man. All right, is to receive that, that praise and, those riches, power over these nations, man. That's what the reward is. That's why, when the apostles asked, Christ or yahawashi, we've forsaken all to follow thee. What shall we have, therefore? And Christ told them that, when I shall sit, in that day, right, you shall be, judges among the Israelites. So, that's what we're looking for, man. And he told them they would sit upon 12 thrones. Why? Because they're going to be in royalty, man. Okay, because that's another thing, man. Scriptures say, if we partake in, the sufferings of yahawashi, which what's that? Yahawashi told the apostles, anyone that would listen, who wanted to, teach, like, let's give a good example. The rich young ruler, right? He tried to, follow the Lord, right? The world calls Jesus, but we know his name to be yahawashi. He came to try to follow. And, yahawashi told him, hey, if you want to come, because the man asked, how can I, serve thee, right? What must I do? And the Christ told him that, sell all you have and distribute the, the money that you get from all your stuff, give that all to the poor and come follow me. And he couldn't do that. Why? Because as it says, he was very rich, right? So, that's just, how you gotta look at things, man. Okay, that's how you gotta look at things. Scriptures speak about, man must, pick up his cross and follow me. Which does that literally mean? Picking up a physical cross, like a wooden cross, like the one, yahawashi was hung on? Of course not. It's, spiritually talking about, something else. Okay, it's all spiritual. Okay, it's not physical, cross that, you're supposed to pick up. It's just all spiritual, man. It just means what? Because, the Christian church, they're talking, if you come to Christ, you'll get prosperity, right? That prosperity doctrine, right? That, if you come to Christ, everything's gonna, come together for you, right? Saying, oh, if you donate to this church, you're going to receive many financial blessings. And I already know the bullshit. I already know the bullshit because I've been in the churches, man. I grew up in the churches, so I know, man. I know the hypocrisy. And I know. All right. I mean, goddamn, man. I mean, it's not even a damn joke at this point. But I mean, you know, it's just what it is, man. It's all, it's all a scam to get money. Okay, that's all the church is. Okay, now yeah, it is true that once in a while they do good things. That's true. Like the one church I went to, which ironically enough was the church I met Rock Upon him at. Down in, I believe it was Winter Haven, Florida, if I'm not mistaken. Damn, I wish I could remember the name of that church. But I went there, and that's actually where I came into the truth at. Not that the church had the truth, but I was one of those what you would call vigilant Christians, right? I actually did my research, okay, into things. Okay, so they're there, at level 1. I'm at level 50. Okay, when it comes to the Bible, even back then, all right, that's when I first came in, started to, come to the truth. Okay, around that time. And ironically enough, I want to make this statement as well. I remember that this is just such a small world, how this happened. I remember being like, I want to say maybe 5, 6 years old, down in Florida, because I was born in, Pennsylvania, and, lived here a couple years, went down to, Florida, lived there 11 years or something. So, yeah. So I was down there, probably about 5, 6 years old. So I went with my cousins because they were going to a church, right? So I just went with them because the church was having game night. So they was like, yeah, okay, we're babysitting them, so we'll take them. So I remember going, right, and yeah, I play stuff with all the other little kids and whatnot. And I remember they had this this little room there. I believe it's like the kitchen cafeteria area. And I remember what it looked like because the counter had like like a ceramic, and it had like a crack in it. So I remembered that. I always remembered that. So here it is, all these years later. I was around 12 years old. I went back to the same church, all right, that I previously was at when I was 5 or 6, and that's where I came into the truth, and that's where I met Rock Upon him. And me and Rock Upon him, we met when we were young guys. He was probably 11 or 12. I was probably 12, right? 12. And, we met each other, yeah, how you doing, man? And then, through another friend that I had named Marcus, which me and him been friends for a good nine years or so. Right, going back to when I was like, want to say probably 9 years old. I was, friends with him a good 9 years. He was like, yeah, you know that guy Jonathan? I was like, yeah, I remember that guy. He does YouTube. So it's like, oh, okay, well, I'll go look him up. What's his channel? Then he gave me, Rock Upon him, which Rock Upon him used to be a big guy, like 6,000-7,000 subscribers on YouTube. That was going back probably like 4 years ago. But it's just all a small world, man. How that all, came about. Okay, how, I met Rock Upon him, right, at the same church that I previously went to when I was a little one. Right, it's just a small world, man. All right, but hey, you have a saying that goes, the Most High works in mysterious ways, and it's true, man. All right, the Most High yahawah, bahasham, yahawashi, works in mysterious ways. All right, that's just the way it is. All right, so I don't want to get too far off track with the topic of discussion, but Spirit brings certain things out that wants us to address and speak about. So anyway, getting back to the topic of the kingdom, man. All right, we're talking kingdom minded, right? Kingdom talk, I might call it a video. All right, but hey, man, in the kingdom, we're not gonna have to worry about getting up at 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning to head to work, man. Okay, that's gonna be a thing of the past right there. Right? You're gonna have to wake up to a damn alarm clock in that day, man. Okay, in that day, we're not going to have to, wake up to that. The scriptures say, for it is a shame to awake early. It is a shame to have to awake early in the morning, is what the scriptures say. Okay, so in this defiled kingdom, that's what you have to do. For a majority of us, unless you work the night shift, right? He that works the night shift. It's an inside joke. But anyway, um, man, you just gotta look at things, man. Okay, you just gotta look at things and, say, for an example, it's high tide right now, right? It's high tide, for the Israelites in the world, right? The 2/3. Hey, well, now is the time to get right, man. The apostles, apostles of Great Millstone, the Hargabar, Remla, Rakah, and, all the other brothers, they've been out here, man. Okay, they've been out here spreading this truth. Okay, as well as, other certain Israelite camps, even though they're, going off on some things. But nevertheless, they still teach, relatively, same doctrine as far as, that we're all, we're the Israelites. Okay, which we should be, waking up, man. Spiritually, waking up. Okay, because, hey, man, the kingdom of heaven is near, man. Okay, the kingdom of, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ is very near. It is upon us, right now, man. And you see what's going on in the world, man. Right, we're under what, a worldwide, shutdown. Right, it goes back to what was that disease in the I believe it was I want to say the Spanish flu, if I'm not mistaken. And I believe it was in 1918, I believe, or something like that. You can correct me down below. But there was 100 years ago, there was a whole global pandemic, just like what you got going on now. So it shows you that every what could we call it? I believe the correct word would be a century, if I'm not mistaken, would be these things happen, man. Okay, every century, these pandemics, these and even more now, man, even more now, because not only do you got this global pandemic, you also have the other prophecies, right? The earthquakes, diverse places, uproars of the people. I mean, hell, the Capitol House of the United States just got ransacked. What, last week or so? Maybe 2 weeks ago. So I mean, hey, look, man, the Lord Yahawah bahasham yahawashi is bringing these things to pass. All right, that's just the way that you got to look at things. Okay, is I mean, it's just you got to watch, man. Okay, the scriptures speak about being diligent, right? You got to be diligent in this thing, man. Okay, you don't want to be like these other cats out here. They disappear for a couple months on end. Don't hear from them, and then when something pops off, they'll jump back on and say, well, see, I've been here the whole time, told you this would happen. It's like, hey man, where the hell were you for the last 6 months? Right, so it just shows you that guys don't know what the hell they're talking about, man. Okay, so another thing as well, man, dealing with the kingdom, in that day, you're not gonna have to, let's say, sometimes you gotta hide, from your woman. If you're dealing with another woman while you're, so-called married, you gotta hide that from her. Why? Because if she finds out, well, then she'll divorce your ass, right? I mean, hell, in some circumstances, she'll full out kill your ass. Inside joke, which I'm not even being sarcastic, but anyway, we're not gonna have to worry about that, because you know what? In our kingdom, we're gonna be able to deal with multiple women. Because that's the way man was created. Man was created to be polygamous. That same thing with a lion, right? A lion has, multiple partners. And why is that? Because the more, say, females that a man, lays with, the more children that he will, produce. Okay, and that goes into, the whole depopulation, agenda, right? Where, if we have everybody have, just, let one man have one wife, it takes what, a year for, child to develop in the womb. So, if you do that, instead of a man, impregnating, say, 6 women at a time, it dramatically decreases the population, okay, over time. So, it's all, their plans are all, planned out. Okay, what people call the Illuminati, or, the elite, Esau Edom, their plans are all, planned out. That's just how you got to look at things. Okay, they have all this planned. All right. But, hey, man, the point of the matter is, in the kingdom, we're not going to have to worry about, your woman finding out that, you're sleeping with another woman, which is nothing wrong with that. The scriptures say you can, as long as she's not married to another man. Right? Because if she is married to another man, well, you're going off then, because that's adultery right there, which is what? A sin unto death, according to the scriptures. But if she's, not married or not engaged to another man, then it's free game. Okay, another thing as well, man, you got a lot of men that, in the society that, will lay with a woman, get her pregnant, and they'll bounce out of there, right? Because they don't want to deal with raising the child, and that's wicked. Okay, and in the kingdom, you're gonna be forced to have to deal with that woman. You're gonna have to be there for that child, to be a father, to that child. That's so hey, man, we got a lot to look forward to, man. Okay, because the kingdom's right around the corner, man. Right, the kingdom is just around the corner. Okay, so we're not gonna have to deal with this, BS. Getting up, as I said earlier in the morning, and all that. You're gonna be actually able to enjoy life, right? You're not gonna have to go through, financial, say, difficulties, right? You're gonna be actually able to enjoy your life, and that's what we got to look forward to. Okay, but in order to receive, hey, the scriptures say, in order to receive good things, you had to first receive bad things. That's just the way it is, man. Okay, it's an equal trade. And another thing, we're, let's put it this way, we're in the learning stage right now. So why? Because when we come to that stage of, say, of greatness, we'll be able to be good judges, man. Why? Because what? The 144,000, or the elect, they're going to be, kings and priests and judges among the children of Israel. Right, so they're going to have to, in order to be a true judge, you have to first go through a situation yourself, so you understand, how it feels, or how to, handle the situation. For example, you wouldn't ask a person how to drive a car if they themselves don't own a car and never drove a car, right? You wouldn't ask them for, let's say, advice, or, to teach you how to drive if they never drove. Very simple. So, that's why we're going through these things now, so that in the next life, we'll be able to judge, clearly. Okay, it's, it's very, it's a very important thing, man. For an example, somebody recently, ripped me off of about $1,500, which that's another story for another time. But yeah, I mean, damn, I'm, pissed off about that, and I got every right to be. I got ripped off of $1,500. But you know what? It's okay. You know why? Because that's going to be a learning experience. So now in the kingdom, if somebody comes, and they needs help because they've, got robbed or whatever, the scriptures say, thou shalt not have unequal weights in judgment. Okay, thou shalt not. Let's just give a good example. Sometimes if you buy bullion, or 1 ounce coins, silver coins, gold coins, stuff like that. Sometimes the person will send you fake ones. Why do they do that? Of course, to rip you off. Right, so that's going to be punished. That's going to be punished in the kingdom. Okay, you're going to be punished for ripping somebody off. That's just not how you do things. You don't, you know, take advantage of people. And that's what America does, man. That's why you have oh, what is it? What's the name of that place? Um, Damn, can't think of it. But you know, you get I believe it's Amscott, if I'm not mistaken, Amscott. But you know, you can get loans, right? You can get loans, but it's wicked because here it is. You know, I'll tell you, man. I remember one time, man. You know, when I was coming up, right, mom, took a loan, right? I believe it was like $2,000, because you know it was Christmas, so she needed some money, bad. So they were like, okay, well we'll give you $2,000 if you give us $5,000, which I mean that's insane, but of course, the scriptures say the wisdom of a woman is foolishness. She ended up taking that, so they ripped her off of 3,000 so dollars on a $2,000 loan. Scriptures say, "Thou shalt not, um, lend upon usury upon thy brother," which is hypocrisy. Because I thought the slogan of America is that we're all equal, right? We're all brothers and sisters, right? We're all equal. Well, if we're all equal, then how can you justify ripping somebody else off if we're all equal? So you see, it's all bullshit and all hypocrisy. Okay. Anyway, if that being said, I want to give all praise to Yahawah, Shai for this truth, and I'm going to say shalom.